It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I chose to get out of that scene at that point. I wanted to get out on time. So, a lot of people don't know anything about me, and I keep that thing. But I am from Canton, Mississippi. You got anybody from Canton here? Yeah. Oh man, shit. All these jokes about the Canton Fred's parking lot are gonna have to fucking go. God damn it. This set gets shorter all the time. So I grew up in Canton, and usually I was the only white person wherever I was. And on the playground, this caused some situations. Usually I would go, and there were these kids that were older than me, and they would call me honky. And I treated me knifing down to the honky, and they thought it was funny. And so I may have not put all of the pieces together here. One day the kid comes up to me, he's gonna trip me, and I'm like, I'm a ninja. I trip him, he falls over, and I go, "Suck it, honky!" to this black kid on the ground. And that was when I realized that there's some insults that don't work on everybody. But you know, we left Canton, not because of that. It was a different thing. We left Canton and we moved to Pickens, Mississippi. We got anybody from Pickens here? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Shit. But Pickens is the town that's so small that it can't even have a Piggly Wiggly. But Pickens does have a strip club. And you have never known despair until you walk through the doors of the Pickens strip club. I actually got online recently and I looked it up, and there were Yelp reviews of the Pickens strip club. Most of them were people who were very upset that the chicken wings weren't good enough. Another guy was really pissed that women kept coming to try to take their clothes off while he was eating subpar chicken wings. They love fucking Duck Dynasty in Pickens, and they loved it before it was a TV show, which is pretty interesting. They were like, hey, I want to get in on this I'm making game calls business. I want to make $1 million making things sound like a squirrel. And you know, that's good, I was proud of them, that's honest. And you know, there's a lot of ways to make money squealing like a pig in Pickens, Mississippi. And they chose the best one. So, I moved to Jackson eventually. Nothing to do with squealing like a pig. And there were two reasons I wanted to move to Jackson. One is that I found out that gubernatorial means like a governor and not what I thought it meant. So I could go up to people who were trying to run for governor and be like, you are really gubernatorial. And then that old white dude had to be like, I am, thanks. Like, real gubernatorial. And he had to agree. The other thing I've always wanted to do is get $1,000 in $1 bills, take it to the top floor of the Mississippi State Legislature in a briefcase, and then shower it down onto those people. See which one of those fat fucks dances like a butterball for Papa Dean for another $1 bill. It hasn't worked so far. You know, the main reason is I don't have $1,000. So yeah, but you know, when I came here, there were some things that were different. The first thing is I was exposed to people who knew things about music. We knew very little of music. I had a mixtape of Vanilla Ice and Snow that I call Wintry Mix, because that's how fucking much it was. So I got here to Jackson and people were like, fucking, you know, people call them hipsters, but I call them urban attention seekers. They, with the oversized mustache, really impressed people are. And I go up there and I'm like, dude, have you listened to Megadeth? And they're like, the only real music is hobos yelling at trains, Leonard Cohen blowing Tom Waits, and Taylor Swift. I had to agree on some of those things. So when I was here, I got into philosophy. I'm an optimistic nihilist. It's good. I believe that the upside is one day we'll all be dead and everyone will forget all of this. So no matter how bad you fuck up, you know, no one will care in 1,000 years. Yes! Thank God all that Transformers fanfic is down the drain of history. Autobots rolled in. I like eating at Waffle House because I'm a nihilist. Waffle House has a slogan. It's, you had a choice, but you came here. Dear God, that's dark. That is fucking dark. There's some things that I don't get here in Jackson that I really miss from Pickens. One of them is people saying, you can't judge me, you can't judge me, you can't judge me. Which I will say, nobody ever says that when I'm like, hey dude, you're awesome. You can't judge me? Oh, yeah, you can't. But another thing, we don't have giant monuments. I was in New York and I saw the Statue of Liberty. They've got this giant green metal statue with this torch in its hands and this spike shooting out of its head. It's all like, give me your tired and your poor and your huddled masses. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's eating them. That thing's pretty badass, though. I mean, you know what? I have learned things here in Jackson. Never, ever, ever tell Buddhist monks or the Dalai Lama, YOLO. They don't believe that. One of the things that we do have here in Jackson that God, I love them, hippies. Yeah, no, everyone's really hippies. I love hippies. Hippies have a natural alternative to medicine. It's called dying. You too can take access to this natural alternative to surviving the cold. Ooh, tell me more. Guy at Whole Foods cross-referencing his Bible and the supplements. I don't even know. What are you going to tell me about? Is it gluten? Yeah, what the fuck is gluten? I don't know. I just found out, actually. The guy at Whole Foods told me he requested the information from the dream catcher around his neck and asked him, he's like, tell me, what is gluten? And I was like, no, you tell me what is gluten. And so guys, I'm here to tell you about gluten. Gluten is thousands of tiny micro spiders that live inside of wheat. When you swallow them, the forces of Satan make them rise through your intestines, get into your bloodstream, and make you think gay thoughts. I'm pretty sure anyway. I think I'm not a scientist, but you know, I don't know. I don't do the whole science thing. I get all my information from the Learning Channel, which is a way better source of information than all this book learning and Wikipedia. And but I've been watching the show Ghost Hunter. You know, Ghost Hunter's pretty cool. I thought Ghost Hunter was finally going to bag that 8-point buck. But he didn't, because it's not real, and the whole show is about grown-ass goddamn men hiding in a basement of the most wonderful architecture in the world, being afraid of ghosts. Something you may recognize you haven't done since you were 12. So, you know, but they used to have UFOs on there. They don't have UFOs anymore. I guess we effed all the O's, finally. There's problems about living in Jackson, don't get me wrong, and I'm just talking about the bum hurdle. You come out the door, you're like, get away, then you fall in the street through the goddamn pothole, get home and you can't drink water. That's not the kind of problem I'm talking about. Mainly what I'm talking about here is kids from Madison coming in and acting like they own the damn place. I'm sorry, I've just been informed that they do own the place. My next show will be held up against the wall, guys. Sorry about that. I talk shit, but I love kids from Madison because their parents are always prompt and pay their ransoms promptly and in full. Although kidnapping people has been much harder since those Taken movies came out. I only got to see the first Taken movie because I convinced my wife that it was a prequel to Love Actually. That's how Liam Neeson lost his kid. Yeah, that's how Liam Neeson lost his wife. But you know, you can celebrate holidays here in Jackson that you only get to celebrate in Pickens. You know, like today's the day after Easter. Today's the day I go into the Walgreens and buy candy for cheap with all the other sad bad fucks who I saw after Valentine's Day. Halloween, we're all barely looking at each other, just shoving candy corn in our goddamn maws. But, we also have St. Patrick's Day, which is where everybody dresses like an idiot and gets really drunk and bells.
Yeah!
Or as I call it, Tuesday. It's a bunch of amateurs, really. It's a bunch of amateurs, which is the same thing that I feel about April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day to comedians is amateur hour. It's like New Year's Eve is to professional drunks. So a lot of people want to know, why do I get up here and do comedy? Actually, nobody wanted to know that. Spoiler. But the reason is it's a little something I call Jerome's first law. That's me, I'm Jerome. Patrick Jerome, in case you didn't know, in case the first part there. Jerome's first law is the more important information is, the less likely it is to be transmitted. This explains, amongst many things you'll find, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, one time, made me so angry, my wife turned on the TV, and Donald Trump was on, and I wanted to fuck Donald Trump on TV, talking bullshit. I don't know, but I went into this rage, and I was screaming, and I was throwing things, and I was like, his dad gave him all that money, he doesn't know anything what he's doing. I want to have his fucking toothpaste burn on his spine. And then she turned it off, and everything was okay. I don't know if we can somehow harness that dark power of Donald Trump. I would appreciate it. Someone should work on that. I don't go to the ocean because that's where fish sticks come from. Fish sticks. It's like, would you buy mammal burger? Would you buy something that was like bird panties? No. Yeah. You buy fish sticks, you buy fish sandwich, and then Arby's, that fucking pit of art, decides that they're going to one-up everybody. They're going to call it ocean meat. You saw it. You all saw the ocean meat. What is ocean meat? It's a pork that fell overboard? It's some dude that got caught in the net? Mutant alligators? Nobody knows. It's ocean meat. Just fucking eat it, okay? I do what I can to stay entertained. A lot of times I try to make money doing side ventures. I want to do a yoga video, so that you can get my Buddha-like physique. I want to do a yoga video that makes you consciously aware of your breathing and then convinces you that you must continue doing it. I also want to do a yoga video that makes you aware of your blinking. I think that's a good idea. Did you know that you're all blinking now? Yeah, you do now. And I want to do a final one that makes you aware of your tongue inside of your mouth at all times. I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't know how to sell it. I've also got another idea, and if you guys want to invest in this, it's the next big thing. It's going to be a cookbook, 50 Shades of Gravy. It's big right now. My other cookbook didn't do too well. It was called Chicken Soup for the Vegan Soul. Didn't sell. I followed it up with a really ill-planned companion piece called Chicken Soup for the Chicken Soul. I really should have thought that through a little better. Another thing is I'm a DJ, and I was going to ask everybody out here if I'm doing a bar mitzvah later, and is Pearl Jam kosher? Can I play that? Is that shellfish? I don't know. I need just get back with me later if you know. Another thing I like to do is to send emails to myself and pretend that I'm a time traveler. I will send an email to myself with the title line, From Your Past Self. Works every time. Most of them lately have been about my new movie I want to do. It's called Too Slow, Too Curious. It's about a Buddhist monk who also investigates flowers. I'm not really sure how well that's going to go, but I want Benedict Cumberbatch in it. I really do, just because his name sounds like a weird sex thing somebody would put on Urban Dictionary. Alright, so I did promise you guys a dick joke. I really did. I promised it earlier, and I, if anything, never keep my promises. But I would just like to say, here we go. Hickory dickory dock. You are in for a shock. You think this one's dirty, but wait, it's not gonna. Oh wait, it's about sucking cock.
All right, Patrick.